All right, we are back. I'm going to be giving the green screen a hard time, given the state of my hair. And we need to figure out
Mutton
how to
pies!
get milk in a bucket. The only animal that we've seen that we can milk, I put some thought into this, is the goat. So let's figure out this goat issue. Alright.
I should ask Mr. Bryden for permission before attempting to milk his goat.
Well, that's kind of the information I needed. Okay. I was going around looking for buckets.
What do you want?
Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
If you can get any milk out of old Eunice, you're welcome to it.
Eunice?
Me goat. Good luck.
Okay. Oops. Okay, got the bucket. Now we've got a goat.
What a wild-looking thing.
What can I offer it?
Hey, girl. Would you like an apple?
Okay.
The
That's
grumpy
a
thing isn't
no.
interested.
Is there more sugar? Is there more sugar at the pub? The Plough and Furrow. The answer is no.
I have nothing else to Hello again.
Miss,
What do you make of Lord Panswick?
his lordship is an important man in Bewley, as I'm sure you have gathered. His family has commanded much respect here for many generations.
Do you respect him as a leader?
I do. He wants the best for the village. Without his influence, the railway line would have never come through here.
Does he want more visitors?
Aye, I believe so. He has great ambitions for Bewley and wants to share them with the world.
What are Lord Panswick's plans for Bewley?
He's rebuilding an old chapel on his estate. He seeks to bring God back to these lands.
But what of St. Edmunds? I think Father Roach might argue God has never left.
Indeed. Let's leave such arguments to them, shall we?
That seems bad. That seems real bad. Bring God back to
What do
these
you
lands.
make of Mildred Walker?
Who?
I believe she's also known as Mother Mildred.
Oh, we used to get about when we were children. Our paths have not crossed in a long while.
What do you think of Charles Bryden?
He is a decent man. It must have been hard for him after that terrible business with his brother.
Without a doubt. I must say I had assumed you had at least spoken to him about my visit.
Sorry, lass, I had no intention of giving you the runaround. Again, I can only apologise.
Thank you for your time.
Aye, Miss Bateman. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Alright, so that's a dud. Maybe, okay. He said we're welcome to the milk of the goat that we can milk. But maybe we can ask for advice. Because the goat don't want to be milked, and I don't want to milk the goat, apparently.
Well, did you try to milk her?
Not yet.
Come on, you can use me bucket.
Oh. Okay. So, I'm going to use his bucket on goat.
All right. We're doing this.
What the hell? What is going on? It's that sound. And the goat was there. The goat watched it. The goat saw it happen. Don't like.
I'm not sure what that was.
Do not like. do not like.
I don't know what's happening to me.
I don't know what's happening to you either,
All
girl.
this superstitious nonsense must be getting to my head.
Getting to my head, too. Because everything was purple. Let's talk to Bryden again. That seems like the right thing.
Well, did you get any milk out of her?
I tried, and failed miserably.
She's a temperamental beast.
That's definitely what it
Perhaps
was.
you could milk her for me?
I'd like to help you, lass, but I've just had a flare-up in me joints. I've worked myself too hard this morning. I couldn't bend down to save myself.
Is there anything I can do to help?
My wife would say I'm beyond any help, I'm certain of that. But if you know of any remedies for aching joints, please send them my way.
I'll see what I can do, Mr. Bryden.
I'm going to rest for a while. Ta-ra now.
Alright. Aching joints, that sounds like a Mother Mildred. Oh. Remembering something.
Daddy, I have something for you. I do hope you remember it. I've taken great care of it.
So
I'll
we've
fetch it for you now, all right?
come to remember something. And we're middle
Daddy, you
youngness.
must remember this. The day that started it all. It's the red urn you buried in the garden for me. My first ever excavation. Where should I put it? Mother took away all the knickknacks that used to sit on these shelves. The pot might look nicer a little closer to the light anyway. Perfect. It will catch the light from your lamp so nicely. There. I'm going to become a great barrow digger just like you. I hope the pot reminds you of those adventures we had together when I was a child, and how thankful I am for everything you've taught me. Now I must tell you about my visit to Pallinghurst. I found an arrowhead.
Alright, let's talk to Mother Mildred.
Good day.
Yes?
Do you know of any remedies for aching joints?
You're too young to be suffering from this, surely.
It's for someone else, Mr. Bryden.
Yes, yes. I know just the poultice.
Capital. May I have some?
Well, I don't have the ingredients, I'm afraid.
What do you need to make it?
It's a simple blend made of natural elements. Elderflower and flirtwort. I can make the poultice for you if you bring me these things. Then it just needs to be applied directly to the joints. That should ease his burden.
Thank you. Where can I find some flirtwort?
Flirtwort is not commonly found around Bewley. It's a perennial shrub that bears small white flowers. You might find some growing out on moors if you're lucky.
Thank you. Where can I...
Flirtwort, it's a perennial... You might find some growing out...
Thank you. Where can I find some elderflower?
There used to be quite a few elder plants growing here in Herne Wood, but they've long since gone. Nowadays, you might find the shrub growing within a hedgerow or a private garden.
I see. What does elderflower look like?
Elderflowers are small, white, and grow in clumps on the elder shrub. Elder shrubs can grow in all shapes and sizes. Just look out for the clumps of tiny white flowers.
Farewell.
Tiny white flowers we have seen. Things that grow... Oops. Things that grow out on the moors we have also seen. So let's go look at some flowers. Now that creepy man is probably gone.
This looks like it might be
Might be elderflower.
I can't see how that will...
Oh, we just picked?
This looks like it might... I'll take some.
Sure. Acquired elderflower. Now, I want to talk to the lady in the market. Because she got stuff.
The box is full of various sprouts and onions. Various chard. I can't think of anything else.
Nope.
Good day.
Good miss.
No.
Mutton pies!
Molten paws.
Hello.
Good tea. Not. Oh, no sign.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh,
Excuse me, Miss Bateman. I'm in something of a hurry. Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. Which work is that quote from?
Romeo and Juliet. Oh, he's gone.
alright. We got gardens.
William Paxton.
No,
Modest.
I didn't mean to click that. Okay. Oh, that's weird. It jumped. Anybody inside now? Ah, yes.
This must belong to Mrs.
Mr. Planty, what you got
Good
me?
day to you, pet.
Hello,
Oh,
Mrs.
what's those
DePlancy.
flowers right there?
If you're looking for Father Roach, he won't be back until tomorrow.
These box pews are most unusual. I've never seen any quite so tall.
We Bewley folk like our privacy. Many of the pews are owned by individual families.
Some might accuse you of hiding secrets.
Now, pet.
I jest.
At my age, it's hard to climb in and out of them. I'd rather stand.
Do you have any fresh milk going spare?
I don't, pet.
Not to worry. What do you make of these stones?
They are not Christian. I'm certain of that.
I agree. Much older, I feel.
Older than Christianity? Oh, the youth of today.
I found out my father visited Bewley some 25 years ago. William Bateman, perhaps you remember him?
Bateman? William Bateman? I remember a William Baldwin. He were a right miserable sod.
My father was only in Bewley briefly, from what I understand. I'm trying to piece together what he was doing here.
You'll have to ask him. I don't recall anyone of that name.
My father took part in an excavation at Hobbs Barrow. Do you recall the excavation?
I concern myself only with matters related to the church. I'm sorry I can't be more helpful.
Does the name Saxnot mean anything to you?
Is that a village near Erdlow?
No, never mind. Where is Father Roach?
You might have noticed the good father has a green thumb. He's gone to visit his friend in the countryside to purchase some seedlings for his tower garden.
Where is Father Roach's tower garden?
Why, on top of St. Edmund's, of course. He's got a lovely collection of cuttings up there. You'll have to ask him to show you.
It does sound rather pleasant. It's a shame he's not around.
Well, he does have a spare key for the tower door somewhere.
Do you know where Father Roach keeps his spare key?
No, that's his business.
Dagnabbit.
If I did know, I'd fetch it myself and take you up there.
Not to worry.
I do recall him saying he hid it outside somewhere. For safekeeping, like. Were it in the graveyard? Oh, I don't know. Best wait till he gets back, pet.
Thanks for your time.
Lord be with you.
Okay. So, we got good info from that. What? No,
They are
I
still locked.
meant exit, not box pews. Dagnabbit. Alright, so it's in the graveyard. Fresh
This
grave.
appears to be a...
Do I still have a trowel?
There may be a barrow dig.
Headstone, 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 headstone. Exit, 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 exit.
William Modest. Here lies Elizabeth. Samuel Bryden. Death is only a shadow. Joseph. Here lies Margaret Tillett. Today. Joseph Davis.
Oh, that's one stone.
Forever in light. John Purchase, dearly beloved husband.
Can I...
No, that's...
Well, let's go out to the moors real quick. Let's see. Anything like flowers? Nope. That's the Broaden Farm. This is... here. Okay. Let's go to Hernwood again. No. Let's go... well, yes, actually. No, but yes. Alright. Well, you know what? We can give the elderflowers now. Maybe we should just do that. Just to make sure that we're on the right track. Because then we'll, you know, you make a list, you mark a thing off, you feel better.
Good day. I have some elderflowers here.
Show me. No, this is not elderflower.
Oh, dang it.
It's cowbane. An easy mistake to make. The two look very similar.
Oh,
It's safe to eat, as long as you're not a cow. Very toxic to cattle.
where can I find some elderflower?
There used to be quite a few elder plants growing here in Hernwood, but they've long since gone. Nowadays, you might find the shrub growing within a hedgerow or a...
I see. What does elderflower look?
Elder shrubs can grow in all...
Alright. Then let's go back to the church. Church.
In memory of Romeo Hegg.
Oh,
dearly
wait a
missed
second.
By...
That's Romeo and Juliet, and we just talked about Romeo and Juliet.
I think I can chip away at this plaster. There's a key behind here. This has to be Father Roach's spare.
Nice. Acquired church key. So now let's try using the church key on the door.
Capital.
Capital. All right. There's a plant.
A small label on the pot reads flirtwort. This is
Perfect.
just what I need.
Just what I need. We got the flirtwood. Probably for sure this time.
I should put the key back.
Really? But what if I want to keep the key? You already busted open the... Oh, I guess we replaced
I hope
it.
that stays on.
Kind of. Sort of. Alright. I feel... Hey, Jane.
Hello, Jane.
When did you show up?
Watch me juggle.
Very impressive.
I can juggle even more apples.
Ooh, herbs. I didn't see that before. Herbs.
This looks like elderflower to me.
Nice.
This looks like...
How much?
Good day.
Fresh.
Elderflower.
Is that elderflower you're selling?
Aye, perfect for teas and tinctures.
Any good for sore joints?
Aye, penny a bunch.
I'm afraid I don't have any money.
Sorry, miss. Does it look like I'm running a charity?
Yes.
Can we work something out? A trade, perhaps?
I deal in cash only, miss. No coin, no elderflower. What do you take me for?
Goodbye.
Ta-ra, miss.
Ta-ra. So we have the cowbane. Wait a second. Jane's got apples. Jane, do you want a rotten apple?
I dare you to juggle an extra apple.
Easy. Yuck, a worm.
Okay. Let's swap them, because they still got the cow's bane. Hehehe. I am no thief. Nothing has happened.
I managed to swap them without her noticing.
Now someone is going to have a very bad tea.
Mutton pies!
Alright, now we need to go back to Brodden. Brodden Farm. Oh wait, no, we need to go back to Mother Mildred.
Good day. I have the ingredients you asked for.
Wonderful. Hand them over. There you go. Tell Mr. Bryden to apply this poultice to the area in question. It works wonders.
Thank you very much.
Yes?
I've got a poultice for your joints, Mr. Bryden. It was prepared by Mildred Walker.
Who?
You may know her as Mother Mildred.
Oh, thank you, lass. That Mildred knows what she's doing. I should have thought to see it myself.
She said to apply it directly to where the pain is. It should work very swiftly.
I'll give it a try. Oh, that did the trick, lass. I feel like a lad of 20 again. I suppose you'll be wanting me to milk old Eunice for you in return.
If you don't mind, I'd appreciate it.
A fair exchange. Stand well back, lass.
Believe me, I'm not coming an inch closer.
Evil goat can see into the thin place.
There you are, lass. Some fresh milk.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bryden.
Nice, we got the milk. We got the milk. So now we can give that to what's-her-face. Come on now. Go farther.
I've got a pail of fresh milk here for you, Miss Tompkins.
You haven't.
Here.
Mum, you've saved my hide. Thank you.
Are you all right?
I'm worried about Mr. Ambrose. Any road, I'm heading back to Panswick Manor now. Would you still like to meet his lordship?
Very much so.
Now, I can't guarantee you'll be home, all right? He's a very busy man.
I'll take my chances.
Follow me, then. Come on over. It's not much further.
So that way is the way to the manor now. I see. Is this the manor? It's kind of spooky.
What time do you call this?
Sorry, Mum.
Give it here, then. What the hell is this muck?
Goat's milk, Mum.
You daft bint. Since when does his lordship take goat's milk with his tea? Oh, he will not be pleased. Get back to your sweeping before I clip you over the head.
Sorry, Mum.
All right.
Where is Lord Pan?
Sorry, Mum. Miss Fenchurch is...
All right, let's talk to Miss Fenchurch. Seems like the
Hello
move.
there.
Bugger off, you whelp. This is private land.
I was wondering if it might be possible to speak with Lord Panswick.
Are you deaf, girl? Don't make me fetch the guards. They're armed, you know. By Christ, you're like a dog with a bone. Do you
Yes,
want to
I
get
am.
yourself shot?
Until you give...
I can assure you the only things getting shot around here are the pheasant. And perhaps the odd grouse. Greetings, my lady. Lord James
Yep,
Panswick.
very obviously.
At your disposal.
You're Lord Panswick?
As I live and breathe.
You could have told me that before.
What is life without mystery, Miss Bateman? A predictable stagger to the grave?
I was imagining someone...
Much older and far less handsome?
something like that.
See? I can read your mind, my dear. Now, may I ask, what brings you to my manor?
I wanted to ask if I could borrow some of your labourers.
Oh? For what purpose?
I intend to excavate Hob's Barrow tomorrow, and I'm in need of some assistance.
An excavation? How very delightful. We're in the middle of our own works right this minute. Follow me, Miss Bateman.
Okay, so
Come
what?
along. I promise I don't bite.
He's a vampire. He's a vampire. Seems like the most likely deal.
For generations, this chapel was a place of unique devotion. And this was until some of my more ungrateful ancestors forgot him and abandoned it.
Why did they abandon it?
Men of great wealth and power can grow so comfortable that they forget they still need the divine.
What?
The sacrifices
God is
required
it?
to maintain such a relationship were no longer being made. The chapel soon turned to rubble, and with time, even the villagers forgot him. His influence endured, but only with the isolated few who lived on the very fringes of these moors.
Who is
Believe
he?
it or not, my family's fortunes have dwindled ever since. Since I succeeded my father, it has become my life's work to restore this place of worship. With this sacred place rebuilt, he shall be venerated once more, and the name Panswick shall be uttered again across all of England. He guided the hands of my ancestors. Now it is time for him to guide us. Bewley is a godless place.
Have you forgotten about St. Edmunds? Father Roach might disagree.
I shall bring him back to these lands, and this chapel shall be his seat once again. A new world.
But it seems like you wish to bring back the past.
From out of the old world shall come the new. A greater truth. But I digress. Horace, my dear fellow.
Aye, your lordship.
This fair lady here is in need of some assistance. Would you and your chaps be up for a spot of digging at Hob's Barrow tomorrow?
Hob's Barrow? Aye, your lordship, 'tis no bother.
Good man. You're in luck, my dear. These are my finest, and they're all yours.
Thank you. I am grateful.
On one condition.
Yes?
I've heard wonders about Mary de Plancy's Bakewell puddings. I'd rather like to try them for myself.
That's what we got to do now?
Your
Get
lordship,
frickin'
you're
pastry?
giving me the help of your men in exchange for cakes.
Yes.
But
Farewell, my beauty.
wait!
Alright, so... anything interesting here to look at?
They have some decent equipment here. It will be more than useful for the excavation.
Let's talk to Horace.
Is his lordship joking about the Bakewell puddings?
No, miss. His lordship is a man of folly.
How ridiculous!
He treats you all right if you do what he asks.
Alright. Map. Okay, we got Panswick Manor, but we know that Lady de Plancy's at the church. We probably shouldn't mention it's for Lord Panswick.
Good day to you, pet.
Hello, Mrs. de Plancy. Do you still have some of your homemade Bakewell puddings, Mrs. de Plancy?
Oh, you're too late, pet. I've a few left, but they're set aside for someone else.
Might you please be able to bake me some more?
Sorry, I'm not in the mood for baking. Truth be told, my dear husband Albert passed away recently.
Sad.
My thoughts are all over the shop.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Aye, he's in God's hands now.
Were you married to Albert a long time?
Aye, too many years to count. He were the cobbler here in Bewley, the most dashing cobbler in all of England, I used to tell him. Love is precious, pet. There's naught that can replace the hole it leaves in your heart.
I can relate to that in my own way. I wish you strength in this difficult time.
Thank you. With God's blessing, I'll get by.
May I ask who you have set aside the puddings for?
Oh, Father Roach. He won't be back until tomorrow.
Won't they be off by then?
Not at all. Besides, pet, as I told you, I'm not in the mood for all this baking chatter.
Sorry, Mrs. Duplancy. Thanks for your time.
Lord be with you.
Let's see what to do about that. We need the Bakewell tarts. What to do about getting a Bakewell tart? Sorry, just my phone is being stupid. My phone being real stupid. All right then. Okay, so if he died recently, fresh grave? Fresh grave seems like the way to go. Oh, it's that dude.
I have nothing else to ask for the time being. He looks like a rather shady character.
Yes, he does.
The simple wooden cross bears a small plaque, on which is inscribed the name Albert Duplancy.
Relative, are you?
No, just looking.
He were the cobbler. Who's going to mend me boots now? Ha!
Okay.
Hello? Does this fresh grave belong to Mrs. Duplancy's late husband?
Aye.
Rather bare, isn't it?
My job is to dig the graves, not decorate them.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
Alright, so maybe we can get a Bakewell tart if we decorate the grave? Let's try talking to her.
Good day to you, pet.
Hello, Mrs. Duplancy. I saw your late husband's grave, Mrs. Duplancy. I am very sorry for your loss.
Thank you, pet. I'm ashamed to say I couldn't afford naught more than a simple wooden cross. He were a colourful man, our Albert. He deserves better. He loved his flower beds. He's only been gone a fortnight, and already his plants have gone to rot. May the Lord forgive me.
Plants are difficult to maintain. I'm sure Albert would understand.
His precious hippeastrum were the first to go. I would have loved to lay one on his grave.
What does a hippeastrum flower look like?
Oh, beautiful things they are. Tall stems topped with large red flowers. Hard to grow in this climate.
Have we
They
seen
were
that
his
anywhere?
pride and joy. The remarkable thing is there's no scent to 'em. That's why he loved 'em so much. You see, he hated anything that smelled sickly sweet. Hippeastrum were just perfect. Let me know if you come across one, won't you?
Of course, Mrs. Duplancy.
Alright, so
Thanks for your
that's
time.
Lord,
that's our hint. The hippie tibby dibby dibby astrum. Alright, so let's look at our list of places. They're not here, and they're not at the village. They're not at the railway station, I don't think. They could be in the wood. Don't think they're at Devil's Toe, Mr. Shoulder's cottage. No, not at Braddock Farm. Definitely not at Mildred's. Could be at the manor. So let's look in the woods. Do a quick loop. I hope Arthur's alright. Did not see any red flowers.
These matched the description of the flowers Mrs. Duplancy mentioned.
Okay.
There's no scent.
You get away from my hippiastrum.
Ah, apologies.
Move!
Well, that confirms it.
All right. Can we ask for them?
Those flowers.
Are you deaf and daft? Bugger off!
A bullying old harridan. There's no point trying to speak with her. Good day.
Hello.
I really need one of those hippiastrum flowers.
Why?
It's a long story. Might you please be able to get one for me? Or distract Miss Fenchurch so I can take one?
Those flowers are Miss Fenchurch's favourites. She spends hours looking after them. Sorry, Mum. It's just that I'm so worried about Mr. Ambrose.
The milkman?
Aye. We were to run away together today.
I see.
I'm worried sick that he stood me up. Without Mr. Ambrose, this job is all I have. I can't risk losing it over a flower.
I'm sorry, Miss Tompkins. I still haven't seen him.
Do you think he's abandoned me?
I'm sure that's not the case. He must have been delayed somewhere.
Could you try to find him for me, Mum? Oh, please, Mum. I'd do anything for you if you found my love.
I can try.
Oh, thank you. You're ever so kind, Mum.
What does Mr. Ambrose look like?
He's got brown hair.
I'm afraid I'll need a bit more to go on.
Sorry, Mum. I'm too upset. Please find him, won't you?
Hey, stop your nattering and get back to your sweeping.
Sorry, Miss Fenchurch.
All right. So, Mr. Ambrose, is it? You out by Devil's Toe, perhaps? Oh, no, that's just to here. Gotta find Mr. Find Mr. Ambrose. No, not the church. I want to talk to my man, the bartender. See if he got anything for me.
Do you know Mr. Ambrose, the milkman?
Aye, a good man.
Have you seen him today?
Come to think of it, no.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
Hello again.
Miss.
Do you know Mr. Ambrose, the milkman?
Aye, I know the man.
Do you have any idea where he might be?
No, lass. Why?
No matter. Thank you for your time.
Aye, Miss Bateman. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
You. Are you Mr.
day.
Ambrose?
Hello. I do.
Have you any idea where...
He is usually here by now.
So I heard.
He normally arrives via the road to the east of Bewley.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.
East. Nope, that's the alley. And Thomasina stepped right in the poop. Flashback. So going on the right direction.
There we are. Your shells are looking much more interesting now. I pestered Mother for years to let me bring some of your treasures here. I think she's worried that I want to follow in your path. She has hidden most of your discoveries away. I had to beg her to bring me to visit you, you know. I shouldn't worry you with all that. Do you know that I have a story for each of these pots? Well, I don't know if they're all true, but they are my memories. Even though I was so young, I still remember our adventures together. Would you like me to share my memories of them? Well, I'm going to, whether you like it or not.
Alright, each pot. Let's see.
I think you brought this one back from a trip abroad. I would have loved to go with you, but Mother didn't want me to. I remember you being so proud of it. It looks ancient. You were incredibly excited about this one. I hadn't gone on an expedition with you yet. You were so happy about it, showing it to Mother and I. You didn't stop talking about it for hours. I thought, how can Daddy be so excited over some old broken pottery? But it wasn't long until I understood. This is from the first dig I remember you taking me on. The excavation of West Kennet Long Barrow. I found it wedged behind a stone as you ate your sandwich. You said, "Now there's a tiny urn for a tiny girl." Mother was so angry when you brought this one home, wasn't she? "William, that simply will not do. It's taking up all the space on the mantelpiece." Once you moved it to your study, I remember creeping in to take a peek at it. We found this one together in that mucky old barrow near Avebury. I think it was the second time you'd taken me on a dig with you. I remember you bringing it up to your face to look inside and shrieking in horror. "There's a bloody rat in there," you screamed. I almost forgot. While I was searching for your pots in the shed, I found one of your manuscripts. I thought Mother had burnt all your notebooks, but she missed one. It was an account of barrows across the east of England. I managed to read it all before Mother took it away. Daddy, it was fascinating. I've decided that is what I want to do with my life. I'm going to travel the country, excavating and documenting my own finds. Well, as soon as I'm old enough to escape Mother, that is. When you're feeling better, we can go out on expeditions together again, just like we used to. I promise you'll get better, Daddy. I'll do whatever it takes to make it so.
Whatever it takes, eh? That doesn't sound good, eh? Sounds rather sketchy.
Something ahead on the road.
That doesn't look good either. I see a dot of different color, reddish purple. We are tiny.
My God!
This isn't good.
Mr. Ambrose! I'm going to help you.
Yeah, let's help.
Please hold still. I'm going to cut you free.
That's freaky.
He had been so tightly bound that I could barely cut through without hurting him further. His mouth was stuffed full of flowers of a most peculiar scent. I was dismayed at such savagery and wondered if the feral folk Father Roach had mentioned were responsible for this abhorrent act.
The people at the edge of the moors?
After some considerable effort, I managed to cut him free. Are you all right?
Who were lost in visions of hell itself, the devil. I saw the devil.
Who did this to you?
I don't remember. Oh, the terrible sights I saw. I won't forget them till my last breath.
That's
Are you Mr. Ambrose?
disconcerting.
Yes, Edward Ambrose.
You were to meet Miss Tompkins today.
Aye, my love. Oh, my darling love.
Let me take you to her. Here, take my hand. As we made the arduous trek to Panswick Manor, I probed Mr. Ambrose on who had done this to him. He insisted that he didn't remember anything, except for his nightmarish visions.
My love.
Eddie! Jesus, what happened to you? Were you in a fight?
Now, fret not, my love.
I thought you'd abandoned me.
Never. Thank your friend here for helping me out of a bind.
Oh, Eddie!
Let's get out of here, my darling.
Hang on.
You thieving bint! I'll have your guts
Bint.
for garters!
I don't know that one.
Oh, stick it where the sun don't shine, you bitter old sow!
The cheek!
Here you are, ma'am.
Thank you, Miss Tompkins.
No, thank you for finding my poor Eddie.
Aye, thank you, lass.
Let's go, Eddie. I'm never setting foot on this godforsaken estate again.
Good luck, you two.
All right. We got a flower. Let's give it to... Oh, the Eastern Road is now a place that we can go back to. Interesting. Let's give the flower to the old lady and get a Bakewell tart.
I have something for you.
You found them? Oh, you dear child. Let's take them straight to Albert. You'll come with me, won't you?
Of course, Mrs. Duplancy.
You know, the things I miss most about him are the things that used to annoy me. The click of his jaw as he chewed his sandwiches, leaving his tools all around the house. The way he'd never back down from an argument. He's just quiet at home now. Silence. The funny thing is, that's what he always craved. Peace and quiet. He were a good man, our Albert.
Sounds like he was. I'm so sorry.
Do you fear death, pet?
It's the part in between that concerns me most.
Whatever do you mean?
My father had an accident many years ago. Ever since, he's been in a state where he can neither speak nor move.
Oh, that does sound dreadful. I'm sorry, pet.
I believe his mind to still be active, but perhaps this is the worst of all fates. To be trapped in one's own body and unable to express oneself while the world continues around you. That is what I fear.
Maybe he'll get better one day.
I'd do anything to make it so. Those flowers look beautiful.
They do. Albert will be smiling down on us. Pet, I left me basket inside the church. You'll find some Bakewell puddings in there. You can have them.
Oh, you...
I insist. You've brought an ounce of happiness into my day, dear. It's only just that I return some.
Thank you, Mrs. Duplancy.
To be truthful with you, I was saving them for myself. I shouldn't be so selfish. Lord forgive me.
You're nothing of the sort.
I'll stay here with Albert a bit longer. You go back to your day, Pet. Lord be with you.
And you, Mrs. Duplancy.
All right.
I'll leave her to her.
Okay, so let's go get our tarts. It's that middle bit that we fear. Which, I mean, I feel like that's what she would fear, given her father's,
Here they are.
Bakewells. Beautiful. Now let's... Suck it, Father. What's his face? Alright.
The vision returns.
I come bearing gifts.
Freshly baked gifts?
Yes. 3 of Mrs.
Excuse me.
Duplancy's famous Bakewell puddings.
You are an amusing creature, Thomasina.
What do you mean?
You must think me a scoundrel of the highest order for asking you to undertake such folly. Of course I would have lent you my men either way. I merely desired an excuse to share a cake with you.
Lord Panswick.
I take no pleasure in watching you scurry about Bewley to fulfill my every whim. Or do I?
I do not find this amusing in the slightest.
Yeah, I don't
You
either.
have no idea what I
a
had
creep.
to go through to get these for you.
Oh, I do. And that's what I admire about you. Tenacity. Even in the face of something you know to be absurd. You don't give up, do you?
Never. Though in this case, I ought to have.
Now then, will you share one of these tempting confections with me?
No, thank you.
You disappoint me. It would seem you don't find the rain quite as romantic as I do. Still, my word is my bond. Come with me to the chapel. I shall inform the chaps of their duties.
Thank you.
Chaps, listen up. You're to assist Miss Bateman's excavation tomorrow. What time, Miss Bateman?
Early morning, if you don't mind.
We'll be there whenever you need us, miss.
Hob's Barrow. On the Bryden estate, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll be there.
Take your tools with you. Miss Bateman will need every assistance we can provide her with.
It's no bother.
Splendid.
Thank you, lads.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll see you later, my dear.
Thank you, Lord Panswick.
We're finishing up here, miss. See you tomorrow morning, all right?
Certainly. I appreciate your help. Well, that's a relief to have my crew assembled for tomorrow.
Okay, that sounds like end of day music.
It's getting dark and cold. Time to head back to the plough and furrow.
Plow and furrow. Danger music. Ooh, spooky fog.
Evening, Miss Bateman.
Good evening, Stanley.
Your lordship.
Stanley, my good man.
To what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, your lordship?
I've come to wish Miss Bateman good fortune for her grand excavation tomorrow. I'm really rather curious as to what she might turn up.
As am I, your lordship.
An exciting time for Bewley. Wouldn't you agree, Stanley?
Oh, yes, your lordship. Very, very exciting.
My dear, please, allow me the pleasure of buying you a drink. A welcome antidote to the wind's bite. Wouldn't you say, Stanley?
Yes, indeed, your lordship.
He is a dangerous man. I'm not going to drink with him.
Miss Bateman, you're no fun.
I'll drink with Arthur.
A clear head for tomorrow.
Good thinking. In that case, I shall bid thee the fondest of farewells. May you conquer Hob's Barrow and find all that you desire.
Thank you, your lordship.
I've reminded my chaps they're to meet you at Hob's Barrow in the morning.
Thank you again, Lord Panswick.
Till we meet again, faites des beaux rêves. Mr. Shoulder.
Your lordship.
Alright, let's do these conversations
Hello
real quick.
again, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman.
Miss Bateman.
I've recruited the help of some local labourers to help with the excavation.
Marvellous. When do we start?
Tomorrow morning, first thing.
Wonderful.
Can I count on your assistance?
Of course. I'll meet you here at the plough and furrow.
Perfect.
What else can you tell me about the previous excavation?
I think I covered it earlier, Miss Bateman. As you yourself said, it were a time of superstitious hysteria.
What was it like, living in that period of hysteria?
I kept to myself. It didn't really affect me. My hens stayed healthy and their eggs kept me well fed. If one can keep a level head in such situations, one can get by.
Indeed. Is there anything else I should be aware of before my own excavation? No other ghouls I should be worried about?
Ah, you know the answer to that. The corruption in that soil were all in the minds of men.
Thank you for your time.
Aye, Miss Bateman. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Alright.
You've changed your tunes, Stanley.
Stanley.
An exciting time for Bewley. I thought you didn't want me to excavate Hob's Barrow.
Well, what can I get you?
I'm fine for now, thank you.
Oh, Stanley. Hey, Arthur.
Seen her.
Arthur?
Wow.
I've remembered something.
What is it, Arthur?
Not here. Meet me outside.
Well, that sounds dangerous. Arthur, don't die.
He's stinking drunk, but let's hear what he has to say.
It's that music. Music doing all the musicy things.
What is it?
First of all, I must apologize to you. That night we met, when I vanished.
Yes?
Well, there were a man in the loo. A hooded man. He threatened me with a beating if I told you anything about what I saw.
Oh, Arthur, that's terrible. What did you see?
That's the thing. I hadn't the foggiest idea what he were on about. It was a drink, you see. I'm an embarrassment, Thomasina.
No, you're not, Arthur.
Here's what I need to tell you. I've remembered what you were on about.
Oh?
Aye. Standing in the woods today, I knew there was something. I waited. I concentrated. And it finally came back to me.
Please, you're keeping me in some serious suspense here.
All right, all right. It were a couple of days before I met you.
What do we got? What do we got? Are we playing as Arthur here real quick?
Hurry now, Leonard.
I'm not as quick as I used to be. This leg is getting worse by the day.
Yes, yes. I'm constantly made aware of your failing health. Do not fear. You said he has promised you the reward of your returned strength.
Aye, and it can't come soon enough.
Are you sure that it must be her blood?
Aye, she's family.
And she gets here in 2 days?
Aye.
We must bring her to the site as soon as she arrives.
No, no, no. Your lordship, with all due respect, we've been through this. We need to ease her into the idea. She would laugh in our faces if we just asked for it.
Who said we would ask?
He told me that she needs to give it willingly.
This little scheme of yours better work, Leonard.
It will, your lordship. We've got the perfect bait.
Wait. Who goes there? Did you hear something?
Well, that's disconcerting.
Ah, a moonlight tryst. After something, are you, Mr. Tillett?
Your lordship, let me...
Save your words, you drunken wretch. Off you go, skedaddle. Don't make me ask twice. I do wish you wouldn't spend so much time with that fool. It's beneath a woman of your standard. It's sad, really. That dog urine they serve here has rather pickled the man's brain.
You're being most unfair to him. Mr. Tillett is a nice man.
Come now, come now. I shall bid thee adieu once more, for I do not wish for this to come between us. All the very best wishes for your excavation tomorrow, my dear.
Thanks.
Okay. Let's talk. No. To Leonard Shoulder, if he's still there. And... Oh.
I see that you come on in with a glint in your eye, taking everything you see, but I know you can't
Oh! What was that?
I see that the prophecy has come into light. The shift in the atmosphere as the day fades into night.
I need subtitles for this. don't like. Okay, so some elder god needs Thomasina's blood freely given to escape. Alright, we sleep so we don't get to talk to Leonard's shoulder. Come on now. Game saved. Alright, let's talk.
So, Thomasina, the journal proves I'm telling you the truth, does it not?
It does.
Good. Now listen. I can help him again. We can help him. Together.
How?
All those years ago, your father entered this barrow with the goal of binding me within it. All because the people of Bewley had gotten it into their heads that Sack's not what cause of their plight. I tell you, Thomasina, we're not. Your father botched his incantation, leaving me in this weakened state, stuck in this limbo. As for him, well, you know how he ended up.
This doesn't sound right. Incantations. My father is a man of...
You don't know your father, Thomasina. How old were you? A child of not even 5, 6 years? You need to enter this barrow and undo what your father did. The spell must be undone. Then not only will I regain my strength, but your father will too.
But how do I...
Blood. The truest symbol of life and death. It's the life which flows within you, but it's also death once it escapes.
I don't understand.
Worry not how you'll undo what's been done. When the time comes, you'll know exactly what to do.
This is all
Time
super
is short.
sketch.
Your father and I grow weaker by the hour. Go. Save your father.
Well, that's where we're gonna end for today. As soon as we get to a point where... Come on now.
I must undo what has been done.
Don't buy into
Father,
it, Thomasina.
I'm coming.
Don't buy in. Don't buy in. Well, but that's it for now. Let's find out how bad this is going to turn out next time. Bye-bye.